So no, I'm not being irresponsible and filming at the stern of the boat without seeing where the hell I'm going. I'm taking it easy. I'm not the skipper. So welcome to another little simplistic captain's vlog, filmed on the mobile phone, but this time, Sheila, where have you been all my life?
I've been making money, mate.
So she's actually a really good actress because she's happy and she's smiling and everything else, but actually she can't stand the fact that she's on Trixie because she came up from London to Cambridge. I drove to Cambridge to pick her up, which doesn't really save that much money, but the Norwich train ticket was 60 quid and the Cambridge ticket was £39 open return. So I said, well, go to Cambridge, I'll drive to Cambridge to pick you up. Then we went back to Brundall, and then I said, by the way, you're not staying on Indy tonight, you're coming to Trixie. So
I had to pack.
she had to pack her stuff, and here she is. Straight in at the deep end. Hasn't been on a boat for how long? Well, you have been on a boat, but that doesn't make sense. You haven't driven a boat for a long time. So she's actually at the helm doing a really good job, keeping us in a straight line, as you can see. We've got Vagabond in front of us, which is a Bermuda. I'm always on the lookout for what happened to D315, which was a Wilds Bermuda that I hired back in 1992, and I haven't seen it, so I suspect it's going to be one of those that have gone off of the system and is now, you know, lost to the annals of time, and is, you know, could be anywhere in the country, you know, and once they leave the river here in Norfolk, there's no requirement for them to keep their Broads registration numbers. Some do, some don't, so you'd never know. But we're just passing the little dike for Sutton Stave, and since we last spoke I've done some improvements on Trixie, so I'll show you what those are, and they're only small. So what was happening basically is these steps, this hinges up and you can get into the engine underneath that. In fact, I'll just show you my shiny new alternator and the absolutely crap adjustment thing. That is a Nanny original, but it looks like it's anything but. So that's a 43 horsepower Nani engine, and the problem is that these steps here pull forward. So if you went down the steps and you only put your feet on this part or this part, the whole thing would want to tip forward. So I've solved that problem by basically going to La Farms and purchasing a couple of brass, you know, door locks in keeping with the rest of the boat, and now it can't move forward. So that's a good improvement there. And while I was there, I got this carpet runner for 8 quid, and it's so nice. I've decided now I'm going to go for exactly the same. I'm going to go to maybe the carpet shop in Stalham, or there's one in Blowfield. Just take this existing carpet up and say, can you do me this colour, this thickness, it's lovely and plush, find the edges, and we'll have a nice new carpet, because it's only a runner, but it's much nicer to walk on. Obviously it's all nice and new and got that new carpet smell, so that's all good. So yeah, but I mean, 8 quid for that, lovely. And other than that, there hasn't been any other improvements going on inside the boat. Do you want to just take it down to just about there on the RPMs?
Down?
Yeah. Bit more, bit more. No, no, slow down, down. See, not down. Hold on, guys. Let's just teach her maths. Right, I want to have 1400, please.
1400.
Yeah. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yes.
And you're about 14, 15. That's even better. That's great. There we are.
I want to go a bit faster. Now it's going to be so slow.
Yeah, but then we're breaking the rules.
There's no rules in Chile's road.
No, but I'm afraid that we are on the Broads. There is the Broads Authority. This
Just
is
like
evidence.
Greg just said, there's no rules in the kitchen.
We get reported, the whole thing. There'll be a whole hullabaloo, and it'll be all recorded on camera for evidence.
I am just messing around. Look at my timeline, they're so uneven.
Oh, she's moaning about everything.
I want to make it
Wait,
even.
what's this tattoo you want?
I want a nice owl one, but it's more with the kapow on it, rather than a sweet. I mean sweet. No.
And where do you want it?
I haven't thought about it. But I have the adrenaline that I want to have that needle prickling me again. Oh,
Right. So we're going to have a disco tonight as well.
are we?
Yeah. So I was going to just use the normal disco light, you know, like that. What's all this about? Honey, someone's trying to smuggle cocaine in disco lights from China. Either that or it's anthrax. Anyway, weird. But then I decided to bring this one.
Help me with this, left or right?
Straight on.
Straight on.
There isn't really a left.
Is it not?
There's just a right and a bend.
Oh, right.
That's why you can't drive yet on the roads.
No!
It's all right though, honey, because most women have that problem. So you're not different there. Right. Anyway, so yeah, so I bought one of these. I have a sideline in disco lights. Yeah. So we're gonna have a bit of a party, and we've got a Bluetooth speaker. I was going to ask Sheila to bring her JBL, but I forgot. But yeah, basically you plug that in there like that. Let's see if I can do this one-handed, guys. And then it gives you sort of a multi-layered effect, as you can see, and then you can adjust on the back, or you can go through DMX. But I haven't got one of those, and it will start moving. And pretty good, eh? So yeah, so that'll be good when it gets dark. Where are we headed?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
Driving.
Yeah. Well, let's maybe not do. Let's just go with the flow, because it's rather nice to be driven at the moment.
I don't like driving.
Why not?
Because it's going so slow.
Oh,
You know, I like fast pace. Keep going. No, it's so slow. This is driving me nuts.
it's supposed to be. You've had a stressful week in London. It's about chilling out.
I was relaxing
Just
in
relaxing.
my room, enjoying the whole house by myself over the weekend. Then, all of a sudden, there was this lad called Robin saying, "How do you feel about coming up to Norwich?" And I said no. And then I felt bad. I felt guilty.
Right.
So, what? Why?
No, not why.
Well, I thought you said why. And now I'm going ever so slowly.
That's the point, though.
Oh.
You have to shake it out. You left all of your London vibes behind when we were in lockdown.
was
started
slowed down.
making
Everyone
a...
was slowing down. But the fact that I'm thinking I'm the only one that's slowing down and everybody else is going. Even the boat in front of left us.
Yeah, and then made friends with the chef at the pub wife, and then she's doing masks and surgical aprons and everything, and then you started doing food, and I was the delivery chap driving up to their house, dropping off food Sheila had cooked, and then picking up stuff that she'd cooked.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was very nice of you actually.
yeah.
Well, I could have walked, but I said, no, come on, let's go in the car. I don't know why I'm making that voice.
No, I've never sounded like that in my life.
There are so many, by the way, there's so many floating bits in the middle of the road. On the road. I mean, on the roads. You see, I'm not used to water life.
No, because we're normally just like in the marina in Brundle,
Yeah.
and then we have all the...
Come on, Mr. Swan, you either go for it or stay where you are.
He'll be alright.
I know, I'm gonna run him over now, Mr. Swan. Mr. Swan, where have you gone? Did he make it? Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, he stopped. Let's stay in the middle of the river.
That's a bit of log, is it?
Oh yeah, it is. But it's white, so it's not really tough on fire. So where exactly are we going?
We're going down the River Ant at the moment. Then we go across Barton Broad.
Barton.
Yeah. All those places that you don't remember now.
No,
No.
they sound like a foreign place.
Yeah. Barton Broad. Oh, what's he doing in front of us? He's just gone into the trees. And now he's going astern. And now he's going forward. I think he's trying to turn round.
Yeah.
Alright. Right, go into neutral, honey. That's it. That's it. Now you can carry on as normal.
Oh, they've got to that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I was worried. It's a big telly.
Big telly.
Yeah, on the boat.
Oh. I got told off when I bought a big telly for Indy, didn't I? Why do you want to have a 43-inch telly in the bedroom, Robin?
Who said that?
You did.
That doesn't sound like me. Why do we keep these funny voices talking about each other?
I don't know.
We never make these funny voices. Whoa. That's what I call a swirl.
Yeah. Speeding.
Speeding.
This is a really nice 12 mooring here.
That one had been taken.
Yeah. How come you get all the guys smiling and waving at you,
Well,
and when I'm on my own, they just have a grumpy
because they think
frown?
you're a blaming snob.
I'm just going to go below then.
What?
I'll just go below then. I know my place
How
then.
about that one?
No.
Oh.
Oh. Right, 5 mile an hour is not yet. Oh, she's tempted. She's like one of those drivers. Oh, it's opening up now. National speed limit. I'm on it now already. Right, so basically 5 mile an hour is
Come on, tell me.
I'm trying to figure out what it was from the GPS. So it's about there and a bit.
There in a
Before-
bit. You mean 18? 18?
So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, no, 17.
17. So it's there in a bit, not
Yeah,
there.
yeah, no.
Oh, yes.
I've got to do all this. This is, I need to have a plaque with the air draft. I don't still know the actual air draft of the boat, and I need to do a plaque for the speeds.
There's not much difference.
No, there is. Because she's such a little tiny boat, she kicks up more wash at the same speed, whereas Broad Ambition would do nothing. And now we're running at like tick over in Indy. Yeah, I need to have my... I'm gonna pause here and we'll do a video when we figure out where the hell we're going, because we're just having a chat and stuff. And I need
fat arms.
fat arms. Look at those fat arms there. And I'm gonna have to have some beer. Give me some beer.
Yeah, have your beer. It's
Yeah. Warming up. Right. More as it happens. So the update is we're just coming up with a junction with the Bure and the Thurn. So we'll be going to port. Do you know what that side that is?
I know, Bob Bradley.
All right then. So yeah, we're going to Womack Water, where there will be no moorings, but hopefully we can mud wait. And if we can't mud wait, I'll be most disappointed. But yeah, it's been a lovely trip down the Ant along the Bure. It is just coming up to 5 minutes to 8 in the evening, but she really wants to go to the bridge in Acle. But anyway, so yeah, it is absolutely glorious after a few dull days, or days when by now the temperature kind of dropped a little bit, but tonight is absolutely gorgeous, lovely and warm. She's even got the sound signal. one for starboard, 2 for port, 3 for going astern, and 5 for what the hell are you doing?
I should have that then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know what I'm doing.
And look at this, Sheila.
Yes.
I'm doing a video and I haven't mentioned truck driving.
Oh, please don't.
Oh, I know. There are many like you that can't stand it. But
No, it's not that I can't stand it. It's just that I don't like listening to you moaning about people don't like about it.
well, that is true. Let's talk about truck driving right there.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, stop it now. Come on in. Yeah, no, I'm going to do a video because there's been a lot of you guys that have commented. Some in the industry, some previously in it, some not in it, all sorts of things. And I kind of want to do something. So what I thought I might do is a video, private video, and then put a link in to say, if you're inclined, click this link and go and watch this video. Because otherwise, the rest of the chaps and chapesses won't like it. What the hell are you doing?
There's something in the middle and I don't want to get trapped underneath the I don't know what that was.
It was a bit of reed.
Alright. I just don't want it to get trapped.
Anyway, what side of the river should we be on?
On the right hand
Exactly.
side. I'm trying to get to the right side.
Okay then. I would just take about 500 RPM off,
Oh,
just because I've got some fishermen down here and stuff.
they're having a picnic.
Yeah, no, why not? Good place for it too.
I know. I'm looking like I don't know how to fly because I'm everywhere.
No, you're not.
I won't. Can you see my face? A bit dizzy.
Well, yes. Talking of can you see? No, I can't usually. You can't see what's going on behind you when you're at the helm on Trixie, because the eye line just turns into the canopy here. So what I'm considering doing is having a little screen there.
A rear view mirror.
No, I thought about a rear view mirror, but
Put it down there.
I
and then
could
it
do, but that's too simple for me. Why would you want a rear view mirror if you can have a rear view camera?
Alright, well no.
You see? Ah, yeah, see, so I've had this apart and I know where I can take my 12 volt feed off. The reason why I actually had it apart was to change the bulbs, because I've lost 2 bulbs in my instrument cluster. So I've ordered all replacements in amber, because at the moment I've got an amber rev gauge but then a white oil pressure, you know, so I just have it all nice and one colour. But yeah, so then I could have a little screen there and then have the camera back here, and I'm not quite sure where I'd put the camera, but I'll figure that out. We'll sort something out. And then just at a glance you'll be able to see what's behind you. Because if I had a rear view mirror, that's just too... yeah, simple.
You make it sweet and simple.
Alright then. Thorndike, the mill, and of course the Lion pub down there.
Lion in. Is it Lion in?
Yeah.
Do you think they're open?
Yeah, they are.
Or
Do you think there's a mooring? No, there isn't.
is there any mooring down there?
No, but maybe we need to get a dinghy for Trixie as well. We need to bring Pika up to the Northern Rivers. Might wait at Womack and then just take Pika out to the pub. We'll be there in about 2 minutes. It does like 60 mile an hour.
Right, what are they doing?
They're looking for a mooring and they don't really know what they're doing. They're going astern, and
I'll stay on my side
yeah,
of the
you
river.
stay on your side even though it's not the right way of doing things. It doesn't matter. It's all about
It doesn't
give and
matter. Just Greg just said it doesn't matter.
they're like, can we figure out a way to get moored up at there to go to the pub? Well, yeah, you could ask nicely and see if you could come alongside someone else. Maybe they have.
Maybe I have.
Interesting. There's quite a few people that do this mooring. I've seen that they sort of try to parallel park the boat, which is fine in certain conditions, but the minute that you have any wind or current or anything, then it will all completely go wrong. But actually you can do that quite well. If you're coming in against the tide, you'll actually have quite a lot of control. I don't suggest that newbies just go and try and moor, you know, astern at Acle with the ebbing current and go, well, Rob told us it was easy. But trust me, you do get quite a lot of control and steerage when you're having the current passing under the boat like that, which is probably why they've been able to do that so successfully. Or just might be a very skilled helmsman. Don't have to be skilled helmsman and own your own boat, you know. Don't even have to be a man to be a skilled helmsman.
No.
Although then are you a helmswoman?
Yes, exactly.
Or are you like non-binary, helmstay?
Like Greg said, I know I kept talking about Greg, but I'm so obsessed with
Greg as in
Greg Doucette.
Greg Doucette, who
Yeah.
is a fitness,
No, he's a bodybuilder.
he's a bodybuilder.
IFFB something.
Right.
IFB something. Bodybuilder. IFBB, I think. So, no, you can't apparently say now. You have to be neutral. You can't say she or he. Or
Well, you
could
can.
just- but they, people get a lot of hate for saying, oh, she said, he said. Just say the circle said or the square said. So it's quite neutral. So I can be a skipping circle. Like the steering.
Do you know what I like about you?
What?
Right? You're kind of immune.
With what?
Well, because you're from a different country
Yeah.
and, you know, like English isn't your first language, and you know, you're a minority. Bloody hell, I've got to tread carefully here, guys, haven't I? Bloody hell, right? Okay, but you can, like, it's like old women. It's like my mum. Like, she's going to be 75 this year, and old women can get away with, like, staring at people and generally not conforming because, oh, it's only an old dear, don't worry. She meant no harm. She meant no harm. Whereas me, I would get immediately in trouble. But you can say things and it's like, oh, well, she's Asian. You know, that's fine. But then I don't know how you feel, because you are technically, are you Asian, or would, you know, how can I put this? It's like me being called white. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Or Caucasian.
Yeah.
But I refer to myself as English.
Yeah, I'm an Asian.
Yeah, but or you would more prefer to be called Filipino, proud of your country.
Yeah, I don't mind either.
All right, because some people might think Asian is more about, you know, Korean, Taiwanese,
I think it
Japanese.
depends if you're really good with your geography, so you know all the countries of Asia.
Right, yeah.
But if you want to be really specific, then you can call me Filipino.
But don't call you like Thai, because that's like calling a Canadian American.
No, I
really
wouldn't
pisses
mind,
you
but
off.
I would still like to correct you. I would say, actually, I'm not from Thailand. I'm from the neighboring country,
Yeah.
which you might not heard of, but it's apparently it's fun in the Philippines.
Yeah,
I
why
don't
go to Bali when for half the money and exactly the same you can go to Boracay?
Yeah.
Like I know what I'm talking about. Never having been.
Maybe you should try.
Well, maybe I should, but I was sensible, see? I'm not one of these people that went all the way halfway around the world. I just met you in Wimbledon instead. Much easier. There you go.
It's already been imported.
Yeah, exactly. No, don't worry about any of that. Just, you know, simple. Right.
A little bit culturalized. What? I don't know. I don't know. A little bit different culture. Whatever that means.
Right. She's had too much. So anyway.
Too much sugar correction.
No, you've been on the Malibu and Coke.
Oh, you.
Any road up, as they say.
Is that what they say?
That's what they say.
Is that what the
At the end of the
say?
day, at the end of the day,
Is to know.
we got to be doing a left up here.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I just ask you a question? When are you going to take the wheel? You said
I'm not taking the wheel at all.
London Bridge.
We will get to Womack Water. I will leave the cockpit and I will go up forward and put our mud weight over,
You said.
and that will be my job done. I've had a very nice.
Anyway, the circle
relaxing-
said, can you take the wheel a little bit before London Bridge? And where are we now?
That I've learnt of Charlie Griffin.
Yes, exactly.
Charlie Griffin has taught me well. You say to anyone near the helm, do you mind just taking over a second? Then go away and don't return. That is the way it goes. Because, and I'll tell you a reason why, as skippers, when we normally have guests on board, we have to do all of the driving, helming. Now, sometimes you have people that are interested in, like, oh yeah, I'll give it a go. Like Teresa, for example, or Mo, right? They liked giving it a go. And then you have other people that'll be like, oh no, I don't want, no, it's scary, whatever. So, and even if you've got someone on the helm, you've got to kind of keep an eye on them.
Yeah, and you take.
Whereas with you, I just like, whatever, you know. She'll be alright.
Unless there's a sailing boat, then I'd say row.
No, because if you crash the boat, you can charm people. And then they will say, oh,
that's
bless
alright,
her.
love. That's alright, love. It's okay. Yeah, that's what they say. You're right, love. Never mind the boat. That's what they would say with me. But it was you. What the f you doing?
yeah. Oh yeah, we have to be careful in our language as well. YouTube algorithms.
Algorithms,
Yeah, we get demoted.
yeah.
Right, so you see up here where the speed limit sign is?
Yeah.
That's where we go down. That was where in San Julian, my first ever solo trip and solo mooring I'd ever done. I got off the boat and I'd left it in gear and I couldn't stop the boat, and I was running along, not running but walking alongside the boat before they did all this bank reprofiling, and the boat was heading for the main river, and I used that speed limit sign, not that one there, there's another one just down there, to tie the boat to stop it
So you can get on.
so I can get on. And from that day forth, it had exactly the same Morse controller. I always pull out the pin
To make
to
sure,
make
that
sure when I get off the boat. Right, more as it happens. Well, look at this. Just down there is Womack water. All of the boats taking up the moorings. Down there is the River Thurn, and you've got the BA 24-hour moorings. This is Womack Island, and there's a couple of boats already there. But this wild mooring was perfect for us, and other people before have trampled down some of the vegetation. A couple of fires being had. Some people are a bit shouldn't do that, you know, damages the environment, but hasn't set fire to the trees, not bothered about it. But yeah, and believe it or not, there's 1.5 foot of water under the boat here, so although it's shallow, she's not at risk of going aground, and it's just lovely and quiet, apart from the fact that they're, I think, there's a lot of farm machinery going on there. I was going to say taking the harvest in, but it's not. There's something going on. So it's time for a dinner and a lovely cruise down from Stalham. So, a little bit more interesting, I hope, than just me rabbiting on about HGV and blah blah blah. I've got no idea how I'm going to put this together though, because this has all been done on my phone again, and I'm going to have to try and edit this in iMovie on my phone and hope I've got enough space to output the file prior to uploading to YouTube. I don't think I'm going to have that much space, so it's all, ooh, what apps do you delete and reinstall later kind of thing to make some space, but we'll see what I can do. So if you're watching this and hearing this, I was successful. If you've been watching this, thanks very much. Hello to everybody that waved to us and shouted out as we were going along on the river. Thank you very much also. Is it Cerise Lady? She moors in the wet shed, Ocean 30. You said if there isn't space to come along and moor alongside. We found space, but thank you very much for the offer as well. Have a great evening. Oh, summer on the Broads. What's better?